Just because it is winter at the time of making this video does not mean we have to be ugly. Your very own personal beauty pro popped in to share some of the winter makeup products that I'm loving at the moment. These will make you look pretty in any kind of weather, and I don't see a lot of people mentioning these that often. Hi pretty people, it's Crystal, your very own personal beauty pro. And if you're new here, I actually am a beauty professional. I am a professional makeup artist. My primary work is in what's called advertising or commercial. I also do editorial. I serve as an editor or writer. I've done many a New York Fashion Week, and the list goes on. I absolutely love educating, entertaining, and inspiring people through beauty. And today I'm going to share some must-have makeup items of the moment that people aren't mentioning quite as often and that I want to be sure I put you on to. Let's start with the category of primer, because I am picky when it comes to primer. A lot of them are just glorified silicone and don't do much for your makeup or its longevity, but there are other primers that are so well formulated, and Estee Lauder has created one that I'm absolutely loving. The Futuriste Aqua Brilliance Watery Glow Primer. This is primer and skincare in one. It's designed to give the skin a really dewy, plump, hydrated glow. It does exactly that, but it also leaves a really smooth, silky finish that's not greasy at all. It creates a really beautiful surface for your makeup to lay down smoothly, and my skin really loved this. It's designed to boost skin's hydration and also help to nourish the skin barrier. This next primer is just such a beautiful all-around product. This is one I reach for because I know it's going to work no matter what the person's skin type is. It's going to give just that right amount of moisture, hydration, and emolliency, and it's going to leave the skin supple and smooth and ready to accept the makeup application. This is Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and this is an all-in-one primer and moisturizer. Next up is foundation, and although I've seen a couple of people talk about how gorgeous this foundation is, people are not talking about it enough for me. This is Chanel's Le Beige Foundation. They have a couple, so if you look into this one, it's the Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This is my foundation today. My skin absolutely loves this, again, especially in drier or colder weather, but the way it performed in the hot weather was beautiful as well, especially since this gives you a dewy, glowy finish, but it sets really well, so it doesn't slip and slide. This foundation also has that perfect touch of coverage, so it's not so sheer that it's just a tint, evens and perfects the skin, but it's not so heavy that it looks unnatural, so it looks super skin-like. Your skin looks so plump and dewy and healthy. And spoiler alert, you will see this again in my Best in Beauty. I am pulling that video together. If you're anything like me, sometimes you just want the baby doll beat down. That is the Flawless Doll-like super perfected skin, and that's where NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation comes in. This is a beautiful full coverage foundation, so it makes the skin look really flawless. It has a soft matte finish, but it's not so matte that it looks overly powdery or artificial. Your skin still has a bit of light reflecting from it while simultaneously having a semi-matte finish. The other thing is it's not drying to the skin like some matte foundations can be. Another beautiful foundation from NARS. Depending on the day, sometimes I will just go without powder altogether, but there are those other days where you want to really make sure your makeup is set. And here's a powder that I feel doesn't get its shine, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Powder. I really like this formula. I really like the colors. So the lighter of the three, translucent, vanilla, and banana, but they have this beautiful burnt peachy color and a beautiful cocoa. Powders have different personalities quality. Some are really good overall powders to set the entire face. Some are gangster for setting the face, but maybe a little drying under the eyes. And I find this to be a more balanced powder, and that you can use it for an under eye set and your under eye not start looking like crinkle cut potato chips. And then speaking of under eye powders, I really like the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the airbrush brightening powder. People love her airbrush powder in general, but this formula in particular is the brightening, and it is really beautiful under the eye, and I love that it just sits so smooth and buttery. Let's talk lip pencils, because this is a product I really want to see more people return to or take advantage of. There are lots of you, of course, that appreciate a good lip pencil, but this should be a staple that you very rarely skip. I know some girls like to throw on a gloss and go, but there is nothing like taking a little time, just a couple of minutes. You are absolutely worth it to perfect your lip line. Put on that lipstick, blot it a bit, and then put on your gloss. Now you have a nice, pretty multi-dimensional lip that will last you longer. You can also correct the lip shape, because the lip line by nature is not symmetrical. So get your lip pencil, look straight ahead in the mirror, and as you begin to shape the lip line, you will see those little uneven places. It will really enhance the appearance of your lip. You won't look overly made up, you'll look more polished. Some people skip certain makeup steps because they feel like that will make them look more natural. But sometimes when you put a little bit more effort, that's what makes it look natural. So while I'm preaching lip pencils, I pulled out a few of my favorites. Some of my favorite brands are MAC, Lisa Eldridge, which has one of the most beautiful formulas, and Charlotte Tilbury. If you're on the fairer end of the spectrum and you like something like MAC Spice, Fawn by Lisa Eldridge is absolutely beautiful. When I want to perfect my lip line in an invisible way, I will use a color like this. You love a good chocolate and you like MAC Chestnut, but you wish it was softer and more blendable, then Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Intense is good. There's several others I'm loving, MAC Cork, MAC Cherry, and that's a nice segue into lipstick, something in this selection for everyone. And I've been loving these particular shades and formulas. Next up is one of the legends. This is Myth by MAC. This next one is from Dior Rouge Velvet line. Has that beautiful suede-like velvety texture and finish. These are so gorgeous. This particular shade is called Beige Couture. This is sort of like a nice companion to Stone Lip Liner by MAC. This is in the nude family, but it's a mauvey gray tone almost. And you might not think it would be attractive, but again, with a deeper lip pencil, this is so beautiful, and then it has a slight uniqueness. So it's a compliment getter as well, and it suits a lot of different complexions. It's gorgeous alone or really delicious topped with a lip gloss. This chocolate brown is called Ardente. This is my lip color today. This is Rayonante. This is a beautiful burnished orange, Dior's famous 999, which is a classic beautiful red. Fenty Beauty also has that plush, yummy velvet formula, and they have a spectacular red called MVP. What I love about this formula is it gives you that plush, matte look, but it doesn't feel like paint on the lips, so it's still movable, has a bit of transfer, but that's fine. Just touch up your lips, blot them, powder them a bit, and for the most part it will stay put. But the formula and the colors are beautiful, absolutely worth wearing. Lisa Eldridge has some of the most well-made lipsticks on the market. She has a few different finishes from satin to matte. This is one of the velvets. This is Dragon. This reminds me of the Rayonante, that sort of brick. I have several lipsticks that I adore by Lisa Eldridge. This is Velvet Ribbon. It's a beautiful blue-based red. And if you're like me and sometimes you just love a good patent leather shine on your lips, there's no substitute for MAC's Clear Lip Glass. It is still just the best. So you can wear it alone and fill in your entire lip with a lip pencil and top it with some gloss. That is a really nice trick. Or you can top your favorite lipstick. A really nice application tip is to put a dot of your clear glosses, a little dot on the back of your hand, and then use a lip brush to apply your lip gloss, and that way you don't introduce your lip colors back into your lip glosses and muddy the color. Bronzer is not just for summer. Bronzer is your best friend in the winter. It's a really nice way to warm up your complexion, give you a beautiful glow, make you look fresh and healthy, and it's also a great substitute for blush because it's not a particular color per se. It'll complement just about any look you do. This one is Victoria Beckham's bronzer, and this one is exceptional. This is the matte bronzing brick. They go on the skin much richer than they appear in the pan, but they go on the skin like a second skin. Whenever I get in the mood for these, I cannot put them down for months. The formula is so fine and lays on the skin so beautifully. It's super beginner friendly because it's so easy to apply, but it's also a pro level product. Now, just because you have a fabulous bronzer does not mean that you skip blush. Blush is so beautiful, and every girl should have at least 1 or 2 blushes in her collection. I would be remiss if I did not give some credit to the GOAT, MAC Cosmetics. These particular blushes are their extra dimension formula. They are exceptionally pretty because they have this beautiful multi-dimensional shimmer in the finish. So with these, you're getting a blush and a highlighter in one. Gorgeous, rich color to the cheek, but it also adds this healthy, high-end sheen. This delicious hot pink shade is called Rosy Cheek, and this universal bronzy brown is called Hard to Get. And the next brand that's still fabulous, but I noticed the buzz is dying down a bit. It is still superior quality, and it is still from Mother. That's Pat McGrath. And I keep these boxes not only because I'm a wee bit particular, but also because it helps me to identify the shades quickly. It's beautiful berry is called Love Struck. This one is Paradise Venus, and this is actually my blush today. Pink blush is the ultimate blush shade, the beautiful soft almost blue base pink. This is Cherish, and these next two are really show stoppers. These are the blush duos. This duo is Paradise Glow. So it has that nice peachy shade on one side, that yummy tawny shade on the other. Night Bloom duo just looks good enough to eat. So beautiful. It has a spectacular red and a really intense purpley pink. You can use a lighter hand if you dare on fairer complexion, but shades like this are absolutely going to leap off of medium and deeper skin tones. And as for what I'm wearing, my entire look will be in the information box along with links to everything that I have shared with you today. If you have any questions about anything I've shared, be sure to put that in the comments. I look forward to reading your comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the very next video. But until we meet again, keep it pretty.